Hey guys, this is Doug Jankowski with the Grizzled Geek, and today I'm coming to you with an update on, we're going to call it Roadmap Lite. Keith released in the forums a kind of a mini roadmap where he covered, rather than going 3 or 6 months out, where he just covered the next two expansions, 5.8 and 5.9. With some general information. There was a lot of specifics, but then there was a lot of stuff that was left relatively vague. So let's go ahead and start with Update 5.8, which releases on March 13th and will be called Command Authority. This will feature the final boss in the the Gods of the Machine, Isaac the Destroyer. He will be the last boss, but it's not a complete so you'll get to fight that last boss in prep, and then presumably sometime in the future you'll get the full op. Right now apparently Isaac's will be released in both story mode and veteran mode, though veteran mode will be significantly harder than the typical operation boss veteran mode, kind of harkening back to when you had nightmare mode of various things. In this case, it would be just of this one boss. If you do defeat that extra hard veteran mode of Isaac's, and you have to finish it before 5.9 releases in April, you will get a unique and special title, an achievement, and a legacy-wide reward. But it has to be completed by April. If you complete it afterwards, you will not get the title, the special title, or the special achievement, and the reward will be an extra rare drop that will be bind on pickup, not legacy wide. So I guess for those of you who are ops characters, there's a reason to go ahead and you'll get in there right away. Let's go ahead and skip this and get to the play part of this chapter. All right, the next thing that they announced was a Conquest revamp. This one was relatively vague. They said they're going to be making substantial improvements, including, love it when the characters come back with no costumes on, including a new interface, daily objectives, and a new missions, vague there, and more. They will include some back-end improvements, which they didn't specify what those would be, as well as you will get a new vendor, so that once you have completed your conquest goal for the week, this vendor will open up and be available to you. Initially, this vendor will sell decorations and a companion boost called the Commander's Compendium, which will it sounds like, they weren't very specific here, but it sounds like it will temporarily boost a companion to level 50. So for example, instead of spending tons on gifts like I did with Mar here to be able to do master mode of chapter 1 here, you would be able to use Commander's Compendium on him to boost him to 50 and have a better chance of being able to complete master modes of the chapters. For example, Empress Asina, when you wanted to do, I think it's chapter 3, I think, of the next one, you could then boost her temporarily to be able to accomplish this. All right, so that's it for the Conquest revamp. Now, the other thing we're going to get is some returning companions. Those a couple of returns, and the long-awaited Arkan Romance. From what I understand, this is going to be an alliance alert. So you'll get an alert, much like you do to talk to other people in your crew, and you go to talk to him, and you'll have the ability to romance him. Now, unless they keep following this up with continuous alerts, if you do choose to pursue the romance, that seems kind of weird. Like they kind of dropped the romance with Theron or why is her name escaping me? Lana. In those cases, you know, you started off with lots of options over the first few chapters, but then they kind of trickled off to where, you know, maybe every chapter or so you get one little opportunity to flirt with them, but otherwise no meaningful interaction with them. So who knows how exactly that's going to work out there. But anyways, so that's coming. You'll also get the return of Vector for the agent. Now they're continuing that theme of only the class that started with them will get most of the companions. In this case, you've got Vector for the agent, and you've got who is it? Ashara Zavros for the I wanted to say Consular, but no, the Empire version of the Consular, the Inquisitor. So those two companions are coming back for those two classes specifically. All right, the other thing they mentioned is that there will be some changes to the cartel market, but didn't specify what those were, just that there would be improvements. All right, that's going to bring us then to update 5.9 coming out in April. No specific date given for that, and that will be called the Nathema Conspiracy. This will finish the Traitor storyline and will obviously take place on Nathema. And again, not entirely clear, a little vague here, but we will be getting a new augments. I don't know if these are beyond the current augments that takes forever to get with all the special crafting materials, or you know exactly how those are going to work. They did mention that these are going to drop as, you know, what they call them, crafting patterns, but then they said they will follow up with the materials necessary for it. So that odd wording, I'm not sure if that means that the materials will come in a later update, or you know exactly how that's being played out. But yeah, it was very weird. And that's it. That's all the information they gave us on the storyline. No other specifics on that. They also mention as part of 5.9, Isaacs has new rewards. I don't know if that's if they're specifying the rewarding of the specific rewards for completing the veteran mode of Isaacs in 4.8, so that they actually, you know, that's when you get the rewards of the special title, the special achievement, and whatnot, or if they mean there's new rewards. They're also going to be putting a new vendor outside the op for those who earned, and they use the wording, an achievement for killing Isaacs. Whether that's a specific achievement for killing Isaacs or not, I'm not sure. It really wasn't. It was kind of vague on that. Finally, in 5.9, we're going to be getting the return of companions Felix Ereso for the Consular, and Mako and Akavi Spire, who apparently are working together. So both the bounty hunter and the smuggler can get both of these characters, or these companions. So it'll be interesting to see how those play out. Let's see. Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all they really gave to us, was that was that you could get those two classes could get both of these characters. So that pretty much did it for the specifics. And like I said, it was a relatively minor roadmap light. They did say that they're going to continue the sub rewards for a few months. You know, you may have noticed that they've got a sub reward of a speeder based on Chiss. I forget what exactly it's called, but you get a Chiss speeder, and you get a special armor set. Those will continue for a few months, so you're going to continue to get new rewards for those things. Beyond April, all they said is that it is likely, and by the wording they used, I would say 99% likely, that the stories will continue to be released a chapter at a time rather than in some big release for 6.0. They don't have the specifics of 6.0. We, in theory, might get those in the summer, it sounds like. So just be watching for that. And yeah, that was it. Like I said, a few specifics, but not a lot. It was a really kind of disappointing. I'm curious about the Conquest stuff. Conquest is one of my favorite things to do. I really enjoy the Conquest mechanics and doing the various Conquest activities. I don't tend to be on at predictable times where I can do a lot of guild activities, but I do like helping my guilds out by completing various objectives. So this idea of daily objectives and new missions, it sounds like they're trying to make it so that even individuals can help out with the Conquest objectives. So we'll see how that turns out here. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic on that front, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, I'd like to know what your guys' opinions on these announcements are. Is there anything in here you're really looking forward to? Anything you're kind of like, I can't believe they did that. This is horrible. I think we're going to run the gamut on that, so I'm really curious to see where you fall on that. So please let me know in the comments down below. Also, check out our links down below to our Teespring store if you're interested in some geek-inspired merchandise. You can use our Amazon affiliate link to do some shopping on Amazon. You don't have to buy what it links to help us out. Anything you purchase within 24 hours of clicking that link, we will get a slight commission on, but it won't change what you pay, which is really nice. Or if you'd like to support us on a more regular basis, our Patreon link can be found down below as well. Also, please check out the other shows on the Grizzled Geek Network. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, and may the Force be with you.